It's episode 175, Clash of the Podcast. Sean is out this week, and I had to scramble. We found a last-minute replacement. My guy, Malik, stepped up to the plate. He's your favorite reactor, YouTuber, podcaster. What else do you do? He does it all.
Yeah, kind of a little mix of anything, yeah.
Yeah, you guys can find his channel. It's Narcolepsy Boy 94. You can also find him on all social medias under his name. No Name Wrestling Podcast every Sunday. Just did an episode yesterday. I don't know, man. If you got anything else you want to promote, feel free, brother.
No, I mean that's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much it. We'll get down to the nitty gritty. Got some things we're gonna discuss, and appreciate you guys in the chat waiting. I know we're probably like a little late, but had to figure some things out last minute. So
we're usually late sometimes when it comes to it. We were just trying to make sure everything was all good on the setup. If you guys don't know, like, subscribe to the vid. Always greatly appreciate it. Knock that out the park early, and we will greatly appreciate that. Make sure you guys throw some prayers up for Sean, his family. Hopefully Sean is doing well, and we are going to get into everything, and then I'm going to jump in here and try to get you guys going with some stuff. We'll make some announcements, and then we'll get right into kicking off this review with Wrestle Kingdom 20. Can't wait to get into that, and we have a special happening for it tomorrow. But with that said, it wouldn't feel right if I didn't say Sean's line. Conrad, myself, drop that thing. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Once again, shout out to my guy Malik for joining us, man. Chat, I appreciate you. Pinned in the chat, man. I got the EPW awards up. You better be taking them serious. When you see how many matches are up for Match of the Year from January from all companies, you are going to lose your mind at the names that you will see repeated for each company. Make sure you guys go in there. And your voice matters, man. So make sure you guys are clicking that Google form and just filling it out, man. Greatly appreciated, and we will announce when we're going to do the awards pretty soon. Me and Rob will probably hold that down. Shout out to Jocelyn in the chat. I see you. She said, happy new month, a new year. Great Clash of the Podcast is upon us. Oh, what this year of wrestling will bring us. I'm not sure. Shout out to Clown in the house as well, man. Appreciate you, Clown. Quills in the house. Thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate you. Happy New Year. Vinny, as Sean says, the only Vinny we like. Appreciate you. I know you're that Steelers game, bro. I know you're a big Steelers fan. Playoff bound, man. Oh, can't hear you, Malik.
I thought I said a hell of a game.
Yeah. I was thinking about Kyron, man. I didn't even want to call him after that when I was like, yeah.
Kyron was hurt. Really.
Remember all those wide right jokes about the Bills? Yeah. Wide left. Yeah. I mean, he comes back sometimes. I felt bad for dude though. As soon as the guy was like, "You're all right, buddy."
I felt bad when quarterbacks like just have really good games and they come through and then it gets ruined in the end and it's all for nothing. It sucks.
Yeah. It happens, man. Shout out to Ray Thompson, man. Appreciate you. Happy New Year. Yo, Matt Lopez, one of the mods, always holds it down in the Discord with wrestling news for me. I appreciate you, Matt. Thank you. Appreciate the Aces comment. Means a lot today when we're talking about Hiroshi Tanahashi, man. Miracle. Miracle came from your pod, I think, actually. But Miracle, man, appreciate you.
Shout out Miracle.
Yeah, man. Got some crossover over here. So thank you so much for that, man. Great job on your part, Conrad, with that video with Jesse and JCSJ. Yeah, that was about WWE 2K26. Thank you. Appreciate that. Did a little collabo. McKinney's in the house. He said, I'm here on a Monday to let y'all know, expect nothing and appreciate everything. It's Clash of the Podcast. Hey, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. They said the most beautiful belt is back. The IWGP. Yes, it is back. Millennial Noob. What's going on? Appreciate you. T-Ferg, what's good, gentlemen? Hope everyone had a good weekend. I haven't watched any NFL news yet, but I know this is not a good Monday for some coaches. Yeah. Shout out to Tanahashi on a legendary career. And we got everyone saying what's up to Malik. Now they've realized the change here. Beej, what's good, man? Appreciate you. No Name Wrestling Podcast. What
That's
up?
me.
What up?
That was me. Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
It's all good, man. This is the place where you can go subscribe, man. Make sure you guys are following them as well. Kelson, thank you so much, man. Kelson assists me in the Discord, man. Make sure you guys are locked in with that Discord. It's going to be popping up on your screen right now. Got a $2 super chat from my guy, Joel. Thank you. He said, Happy New Year's, guys. The best show on YouTube. Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Shout out my guy right there. Yep.
Jesse from the Pro Wrestling Shoot. I'm here just working in the office. Hope everyone is well. Put in a special edit for me, man, while you're working on those videos. Appreciate you. And I appreciate everybody, man, saying get well soon to Hubs, man. Thank you. Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to Hubs, man, as well. I'll put his link in here as well as we get into it, man. Malik. Wrestle Kingdom, bro. Wrestle Kingdom. We were watching it together, man. Malik got me to hang for like halfway through the show. And then I was like, let me mute this real quick in between this match. I'll be all right. Woke up and I was like, what happened? What happened? Had to go back and catch up for the rest of it. Malik was like, you there, bro? You good? I was done. Were you done too? Like, I couldn't tell. I listened. I woke up in the middle. I was like, he's still there. But I'm like, I think he's done too.
Nah, I was there through the whole thing, man. I watched the whole stuff. I mean, I was, I got narcolepsy, so I was had
not a gimmick, folks.
Yeah.
But me and Malik usually talk New Japan together since we first started working together in like 2016, I want to say 17, long time.
Yeah.
And card was stacked, man. This was a fire card for what it was. So for people who don't know, Wrestle Kingdom was on television. It was not on just like, pay-per-view, you have to order it. This was on TV. So it was there. People were watching this. That's why the card is so small and they had limiting amount of matches, but they found a way to make this work and they did what they had to do for it. The arena was sold out. What was it? 49,000 plus, I want to say, maybe 50K.
Like 50. It was like 50, yeah.
Whatever, around that area. Tanahashi, bro. It was sold out because Tanahashi was retiring. That was the gimmick for this, because under normal circumstances, like next year, I'm pretty sure this is not going to be a sellout again. But it was Tanahashi, bro. They were like, yo, let's do this. And to me, the goal for this show, Malik, was you had to put your best foot forward and you had to establish this is what we're doing moving forward. And I guess by the time we get into that, we'll be able to talk like, did they do a good enough job getting into that and all that? And I guess we'll save that for the end. But Malik, your thoughts on New Japan as like a wrestling fan and your experiences with New Japan?
Are we talking just currently or
all time, man? Like, how did you get into New Japan? Like, what made you want to start watching that? I told you a long time ago, people don't know this, but probably when some of you were young kids, Tanahashi versus John Cena was a dream match. Like in 2008, we were like, yo, if that match ever happens, bro, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
We never got to it. We were hoping like they're both retiring at the same time, but
right, yeah.
How did you get into New Japan? Like, what led you to it? Like, I was watching way back in the day. Like when I was a kid, I think I saw Muda and Jushin Liger and Masahiro Chono, and I want to say there was one other wrestler. It might have been like there was one other wrestler. I can't think of who it is right now off the top of my head. They were wrestling in WCW and they were like, they're from New Japan Wrestling. I'm like, these guys are pretty cool. Like, I like the mask. I like the mist. I like this. The face paint's cool. And I was like, where are they from? New Japan Pro. So anytime I heard, I was always interested. I was like, oh man, who else is coming from New Japan? And people would just, roll in and out and I would like it. That's how they got me. How did they get you to start watching their stuff?
So you definitely started watching. I haven't gone back and looked at like too much old stuff of New Japan Pro Wrestling. I've seen dabbles here and there. Like I've seen stuff with like Antonio Inoki and many stuff. But I got into it pretty much kind of how majority of, I would say, the modern generation has got into it. I want to see if anybody can guess. And then we're talking, when I say modern generation, we're talking last like 10 years, 10, maybe like 12 years of how many people got into New Japan over the years. And I fell into it around in high school because I only grew up watching WWE and TNA. Like, that's all I really knew. I didn't really watch like Ring of Honor like that. I wasn't really tapped in with other promotions unless it was TNA or with WWE. So once I got into high school, started, getting this little buzz about this thing called Bullet Club. So I'm like, all right, I don't know what this is, but I gotta got to see what this Bullet Club stuff's about. I'm hearing about, Kenny Omega and all this stuff. And then I'm watching NXT at this time too. This was like, 2014, like when NXT was starting to rise up with that black and gold. And, a teacher of mine that I was cool with, he was a big wrestling fan, and he was telling me, he was like, man, Finn Balor and the World Cup, you got to go back and look at this stuff, man. Like all these people are coming up to NXT, So I'm like, all right, let me go check this out and see what this is about. So,
teacher was putting you on game.
I dabbled into it a little bit here and there. Yeah, he was putting me on game. I did my little history of Bullet Club, but the first match that I really remember watching when I first started really getting in Japan was AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura at Wrestle Kingdom. And that was the one that I kind of really got into because I knew who AJ Styles was for years, but I wasn't too familiar with Shinsuke yet. And he was coming to WWE a little later at that time. So I've been tapped in ever pretty much like 2015, 2016. Kenny Omega was kind of the guy who really like I followed a lot in New Japan, who I was like, anything he does, I have to see, any match he's a part of, I have to watch it. Anything that he does, I need to see it. Of course, you had some of my other favorites that I love to watch was Hiromu Takahashi, Hiroki Goto was one of my favorites that I like to watch. Of course, Kazuchika Okada, and then my favorite all time in New Japan would be Tetsuya Naito. He was the guy that I definitely also had to watch. Like everything he did, was fully tapped into all the stuff that he was doing. So I would say, around that time, that's what really got me into it, was like the Bullet Club stuff. And then getting into it later, learning about all the Japanese wrestlers and the strong style, and then learning about Pro Wrestling Noah, and then learning about Stardom and like all these other promotions out there in Japan. So one of my bucket lists is to go out to Japan one day. That's my dream place that I want to see, and then go to like wrestling shows and all the other stuff that I definitely want to see as well. But I would say when I really got in Japan for New Japan, Naito, Kenny Omega, Okada, Hiroki Goto, and Takahashi were like the five guys that I like. Those were the guys that like caught my eye the most, that I was like mostly impressed with. Like, oh, okay, like I got to see what these guys are really doing. And then when Jericho went over there for that match with Kenny, I was already into New Japan at that time, so I knew how big of a deal this was. Like, oh shit, like they got Chris Jericho over there, like, and this was like during peak like Bullet Club phase, like
you remember that when you would go to like any wrestling show, it didn't matter if it was an indie show, whatever, you just saw Bullet Club shirts, fake ones, the hacked ones. Like, yo, I was like, yo, this is crazy.
I still got mine too. I still got my Bullet Club shirt, and then they were doing like the chants at the shows. What is it? It was like the one fall chants, like that started becoming big, like on the indie shows, like NXT especially. So, I was really, I would have loved to have seen New Japan and NXT at the time do like some collab, because this was the height of Black and Gold, and then New Japan was really on fire at that time too. So like their styles and shows felt very similar. I'm like, man, like if they were able to do something together, that would be so dope, man. Because like,
and at that time, New Japan was probably legitimately like the number 2 company for a period.
Yeah, because AEW wasn't around yet, so yeah.
Yeah, and TNA was in TNA spot, and Ring of Honor was hanging on, but Ring of Honor was working with them, so it was like they were benefiting from that. And I think that, I don't know, man. Some of it, it's just
New Japan was big, but you knew it was big because all you heard about was Bullet Club. Like you heard, like if you didn't watch New Japan and you only watched WWE, people were hearing about Okada, Kenny Omega. Like these were names that you were hearing about. Like, oh, I've heard those names. I'm not too familiar, but like these were names that were like getting buzzed around, like the social media platforms.
Yeah, I love it, man. It was a good time, and yeah, it's just weird. Sometimes I always tell people, like, if y'all knew me like before, you would see like how my fandom changed over time. But yeah, absolutely have fun, man. Shout out to Deanna, who's in here and joined us as well. Doug, I see you, bro. Thank you so much. I saw Sean popped in. I put up his stuff, man. He had to let y'all know in a lot of pain, but had to stop by and show love to the show that myself and Conrad created with our hard work over several years. I want to thank you all for your prayers. I look forward to returning when my doctor clears me. Yeah, Sean, we'll have to chat it up tomorrow, man, when you get some time. But heal up, brother. Crown said Naito spitting on people got me hooked on New Japan. Naito is wild. Some people also put in like how they found out about it. I think McKinney put YouTube in the chat. Someone said Yuji Nagata. What you know about Blue Justice? Nagata wrestling in WCW, man. Definitely. Doug said Bullet Club. I love it, man. I love it. Yeah. It's fun, man. It's fun. But let's get into this card real quick, man. We had a pre-show match. This match was going to be on the main card. It got moved. You had El Phantasmo, ELP, defending against Chris Brooks, the New Japan Television Championship. I had fun with this one. I thought it was a solid matchup. I would recommend people go back and check it out. Chris Brooks is from DDT. If you don't know, another company in Japan, they do like a lot of comedy wrestling and things like that. That's where Konosuke Takeshita came from. But ELP is fantastic. Former Bullet Club guy. I enjoyed the match for what it was.
Yeah. I didn't see it because I don't know if this is a hot take, but I don't watch pre-shows of anything, bro.
Look at this guy.
Never watch pre-shows, bro. Never. Not even for WrestleMania. Like I don't watch pre-shows. The only time
you better tell me you saw that one at WrestleMania 33.
The only time, nope, didn't watch that WrestleMania 33 pre-show. The only time I ever watched a pre-show was WrestleMania 34, and that was just to watch the Mustafa Ali Cedric Alexander cruiserweight match. It's the only time because I was hoping it was going to make the main show, but I'm like, they're probably not going to put it on the main show. But when they announced it for the pre-show, I'm like, I gotta at least see this match. But I've never watched.
When you mentioned AJ Nakamura, I thought of WrestleMania 34. Do you know how disappointed I was when that match came on? I was telling people, I'm like, yo, y'all don't even know what's about to happen here. Yeah. Like, this was crazy. Then I watched the match. I was like, what is this?
To be honest, though, once the match was about to happen, because at that time, when the match was getting ready to start, that Mania was already starting to fall, like, very disappointing to me. Like, it started good with that triple threat. You know, Rollins, Finn Balor, and Miz.
Yep.
You know, and then Ronda's debut match was really good too, so that was great. But then, like, you know, they had the tag team squash match. We had Undertaker squash Cena, and it was just like it started to kind of really get bad for me. So once that AJ and Shinsuke match came on, I was like, I'm like, all right, you know, this could be the match to at least help bring the show back up a little bit. And then once the finish happened, and then the heel turn happened, I was like, no, bro.
By the way, Malik has a WrestleMania 34. I don't know if it's a hot take, but
I hate it so much, bro.
You said worst WrestleMania of all time?
No, it's the worst WrestleMania main event of all time.
Okay.
I don't know about worst WrestleMania, but I don't know if anything can top WrestleMania 9 or 11. That's pretty bad.
The way you talk about it, bro, you said every move was the wrong move, though.
That might be the WrestleMania that I hate the most, because if you look at the card, they made all the wrong decisions, though. It's like, if you look at the card, it had no reason being that bad. You know what I mean? Even with the main event being Brock and Roman, and many of us not wanting that, there were still other things on the show that really could have been benefited. But it's like, when you have Taker squash John Cena after we waited years for that match, when you had the New Day get squashed and the Usos get squashed by the Bludgeon Brothers, when that tag team match could have been really fun. You had Charlotte Flair take Asuka's streak, which, sure, Charlotte has the credibility behind it, but like, how many fans wanted that? You know what I'm saying? Braun Strowman teamed with the Child and won the tag titles, and pretty much Braun Strowman buried the whole tag team division just to win the tag titles with the Kid, and gave up the titles the next night. So the best thing they had to do with Braun Strowman on that show, who was one of the most over guys at that time, was for him to team with the Child. That's a terrible place to put. We talked about the AJ and Shinsuke match, how disappointing that was. Then, of course, you had the Brock and Roman match on top of that. Like, it was just so deflating, bro. I'm like, man. Especially the night before when we had TakeOver New Orleans, and then you look at
that's like the goated takeover. That's one of the goated takeovers. Like
when you look at Mania 34 after we got TakeOver New Orleans, I was like, there's no way this can't be the same company, bro. This can't be the same company. When I just watched what I saw the night before compared to what I got it was so disappointing.
Getting back to Wrestle Kingdom 20, man, we started things off. They had a Rambo, which is like a New Japan Royal Rumble, but it was with trios. It was for the never open weight trios titles here, or 6-man, whatever you want to call them. And this is where they just stuffed a bunch of people in to get it done. Malik, did anyone impress you in this? Was there anyone that you were like, yo, they were pretty good? I mean,
not really impressed, but I kind of it is kind of crazy. Look at some of the people in here, because like Sonata was champ a couple years ago in the main event, against Naito, and now he's like in this random match.
Zack Sabre Jr. was just champ last year.
Yeah, Zack Sabre Jr. was champ last year. Hiroki Goto has been a top champ before.
Shota Umino main evented last year.
Like, it's weird how some of these people were in these, positions. So,
yeah. I I basically figured that it had to be one of the final two teams who it was going to come down to, with either Oleg, Goto, and Yoshihashi versus ZSJ, Oiwa, and Hartley Jackson. TMDK, man, the mighty don't kneel. They came out with the dub here. Zack Sabre Jr. and the homies walk away with the titles. I thought that was a fantastic match. With it, man, just crazy, man.
That match was. We were watching that too. We were like, this kind of whack, bro. I ain't feeling that.
The Rambos are never really like fantastic. Like, there's never.
I wasn't feeling that, bro.
Yeah, they were. It was to get a bunch of people on the card. I understand it though. Like, I always tell people, everyone's always like, my card, if I ever did this, I would have. I'm like, you're gonna have a lot of mad, pissed off wrestlers at you for how you book them, and you sit backstage and try to deal with that. Then I'll be back there just staring a hole through you the whole time. Like, I wasn't good enough to be on this card. After that, I'm not good enough. Like, that's what people are gonna say to you. So they try to fit people on. Everybody wants their moment. I get it. Then we get into what I thought was one of the stronger matches on the card. I would say it was in the top 3 for me. We had the IWGP Women's and Strong Double Championship match. You had Saya Kimitani versus Suri. Malik, what'd you think, man? I told you going into this one, like, most of these matches usually don't get like 10 minutes even, and they gave this one 12. I was impressed. I saw people still complaining. I understand the complaints, but I thought this was the best women's match that we've gotten on a Wrestle Kingdom so far.
Yeah, it was pretty solid, man. They definitely probably could have used more time, but we talked about how, like, you know, the style for New Japan is like, the growth is still gonna have to be there. It's kind of like the Saudi shows for WWE. Like, the growth is still gonna take steps. It's gonna take a while for it to get to where people, I think, can accept it, wanted to get. So, you know, it was a pretty good match though, man. Going into it, I told you I wasn't too familiar with either ladies like hardcore. You know, you were kind of breaking it down for me and giving me, you know, some pointers and stuff. But watching the match, man, it was pretty solid. I have to say, pretty solid.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one fully. And then we can jump into, so I would recommend going back and watching that one. That'll be the first one that I'm like, yeah, go back and check that one out. Then we had another special 10-man tag. I know everyone in the chat who dislikes AEW is going to love this. You had, and this is a New Japan staple, by the way. Like, when you're a legend in New Japan, these are the kind of matches they put you in on like every card. It's kind of a respect thing, but in this situation, they're just trying to get people onto this card. These are people who are able-bodied, top-tier wrestlers. Shingo Takagi, David Finlay, Gabe Kidd, Drilla Maloney, and Hiromu Takahashi. They are all teaming up. They are the Bullet Club War Dogs, and unaffiliated is Shingo and Hiromu, and they are taking on basically United Empire. That was Will Ospreay's old group, which has Great-O-Khan, Callum Newman, Hinare, Andrade, and X. X ended up being Jake Lee from Noah, NJPW in New Japan. He's back. As soon as they announced him, I kind of had a feeling it could be him as like one of the names, and I was just like, "Oh, if he comes out, I don't think people are going to react well." Malik's reaction was exactly what I expected when we were watching. He was like, "Who the hell is this?" And I was just like, "Yeah, it's Jake Lee. He's from here." I had to look it up just to make sure, and I was like, "Yeah, he was over in Noah when Omos was over there." And
Yep.
yeah, they ended up putting United Empire over here, and yeah, man, just wild things, man. Andrade was in the match as well as the benefactor, I guess, the money man. They were getting their jokes off in this a little bit. I don't know if you had heard our commentary on the English commentary. Andrade's legal team can get him through any kind of match. It doesn't matter if he wins. I was just like, They had jokes all night. There was jokes in the main event too.
Yeah.
So, but what did you think of this one? I mean, Andrade looked like $1 million.
Andrade looked cool. This was another match that I was like, it was okay. Andrade did look pretty good though. He looked pretty good.
Anyone impress you? Like, David Finlay's contract's up. Like, you see him going anywhere? Like, I can't believe he's not in WWE. I mean, Fit Finlay works in WWE. If you don't know, they're related. But
yeah. Not everybody's made for WWE though, too. So people got to keep that in mind. Not everybody's made for WWE system. So
do you think they should take a chance on him though with all the call-ups? Like, we're gonna talk about call-ups here.
Yeah. NXT's gonna need some people, man. They're gonna need some people. I mean, if NXT's losing, hypothetically, they're losing Trick Williams, who was one of their top guys for a while. Seems like they're losing Jordan Grace. Seems like they're losing Javon Evans, and Oba's probably not going to be down there too much longer either. I mean, you have Joe Hendry down there, but and Tony D'Angelo, but like they don't have too many. They don't have too many top tier like main event guys for that men's division. They're still working with TNA, so you got Leon Slater and some other people in there as well, and of course you got the AAA promotion that they got. So you could throw maybe El Grande in there or like Mr. Iguana and stuff, but like. David Finley, like they need to start. I want to start seeing how NXT used to be, where like when you sign people, you don't have to bring everybody up to the main roster. You know what I mean? Like it was okay at one point where like guys like Samoa Joe, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Roode, Karrion Kross, like these guys were already established, and yeah, they didn't need NXT, they didn't need the developmental system, but they went down there because it helped the brand more and it just made it more exciting. I feel like you need to start doing that again with NXT. Like, it's cool to build up your own stars, but like when you sign certain talents, you don't have to bring them to the main roster immediately. You know what I mean? Like Stephanie and Julia went down to NXT for a little stint, but like they could have came up to the main roster immediately, but going down to NXT just helped make that women's division a little bit stronger, So the men's division desperately needs it. Like JC Mateo, he could have been nice in NXT for a little bit. Hikuleo could have been nice in NXT for a little bit. Like, not everybody needs to come up to the main roster immediately when you get signed. I feel like David Finley, if he were to come to WWE.
I feel the opposite too, though. I think sometimes you don't need to be in NXT either for as long as you are. I guess you got to find that happy medium. But to me, if I'm them, I'm looking at Drilla Maloney. I see a lot of potential in him. Finley, I'm half and half on, but Drilla Maloney looks like he could really do some damage. Gabe Kidd's AEW sign, sealed, and deliver or dual contract as soon as they can. And I don't know about Shingo and Hiromu. I don't know if they want to go anywhere. And Callum Newman, kid in the middle on this side, guarantee you this kid is getting signed by one of these companies. And Malik, I don't know if you watched. Did you watch New Year Dash? We're going to talk about it. But remember what I said about that kid when we were watching this? Callum Newman, watch. And I'll bring it up later when we get into that portion of the show. We had a 4-way. They did a number one contenders match instead of defending the junior heavyweight title. I mean, I thought it was smart to have the champ Dowkey come out, and he basically said, I'm not defending the title. He gets a lot of heat. Then all of these guys come out, and they end up making their moves here. But were you happy with the winner in this one? Were you happy with Despy?
Yeah, it was cool, I guess. I think New Japan, but we talked about it too watching the show. New Japan is kind of like in this reset right now where it's like they have to find who they really want to invest into and find these new stars or stars they really kind of want to make sure are going to be to their brand, because like I said, a lot of people are leaving now. AEW and WWE is really where the money's at. I don't know how much New Japan contracts are, but it's like it seems like in the American system you have better health care, better doctors, and the money is something that intrigues a lot of people, because a lot of people thought Okada would be like a lifer, you know what I mean, like in New Japan. And
I think he would have if I could see once management changed, they felt differently about him when they were like, oh, the world title matches are going to be Shingo and like Kota Ibushi now, and Okada's there, and he's probably like, I'm about to go light the Olympic torch, are you kidding me? And he was just like, all right, that's cool. And then they were like, oh, Okada, we need you. And then you could just see his heart wasn't in it, really. Like, it wasn't old Okada anymore. And here's the thing. I think that there is a financial discrepancy currently with New Japan, whatever that is. You can hear the stories of who helps fund New Japan. I'm not even going to get into any of that behind the scenes stuff.
Right.
You probably know the name of the video game. I'm not saying the name because I like my fingers, we'll just say. But that is what is probably part of the issues with some of that stuff too.
Fair point.
Yeah. And then after that match, man, we got into and by the way, I wanted to give credit to Fujita in this. Like, I think he's definitely going to be a future big player in this division. And I think he's the guy they need to start trying to build around. He did great in that match. Mm-hmm. Now let's talk about the Olympian. They built this around this. One of President Tanahashi's decisions. Aaron Wolf. I'm interested to see what you in the chat have to say about this. Aaron Wolf came out. Now, he is a gold medal Olympic judo wrestler. He's got some background in this. I thought he did pretty good for someone who we've never seen wrestle. I don't know how long he trained for. I don't know what the plan was and everything with it, but I thought he looked good.
He looked pretty nice. It's we talked about people being in weird positions too. It's kind of weird to see like Evil there too, because he was the champ at one point for a little bit too. So it's like, I think they're trying to dabble into maybe investing into certain people. That, I mean, New Japan, I think, is also very good at taking chances on people too, though. Like, they're very good at taking chances and giving people opportunities that you probably wouldn't expect in like WWE and bigger promotions. Like, we talked about many times, like how, you know, certain companies didn't take the chance on this person or that person, they fumbled the bag. But like, New Japan has put the world titles on people where it's like, oh, that's, you know, it's an interesting choice there. Or like, even not even the world title, but just certain championships where it's like, put the title on that person. Like, I guess, you know what I mean? So they're not afraid to take chances. I will say that. So
when it's time to cut though, bro, like that's the thing that I like about New Japan. Like they got into that position with some other people, and we're going to talk about that more tomorrow in the video, but they will sometimes you have to sometimes you got to put it on the line, man. You got to push your chips in the middle of the table and be like, yo, we're going with this guy. This is it, man. We're riding with this, and if it works, it works, and if it don't, then we'll have to figure something else out, but let's go with it. It's one of the beautiful things here. And I saw what E put about Evil. Listen, I am not Captain Evil. Like, I get it, bro. I get the House of Torture. People don't like it. In America, we see interference all the time. In Japan, they're probably thinking like, oh, this is cool. This is like watching American wrestling. Like, there's interference in this, and they probably don't get it as bad as we do. Because up here, we're like, bro, enough. But I got to give Evil his props in this one. He did his thing, man. He wrestled someone who was inexperienced, led him through, and it looked like a competent match. And I love the finish. He gets caught into like a judo choke, like a triangle choke, and down he goes, and he gets put to sleep. And Aaron Wolf wins the never open weight championship.
It was good. It was good.
You no hatred towards Evil, right? I liked Evil and Sonata. Evil and Sonata were a great tag
I
team.
never disliked it. I will say Sonata was better for sure, but I never.
Evil being world champ was crazy. Do you remember when that happened? Like, do you remember waking up that day and everyone was like, Evil won the world title? I was like, what?
Yeah, beat Naito for it. And I was like, Evil is the, I mean.
But they got to do that sometimes to just throw you off. They don't run as many shows. So
for sure.
That style is crazy over there, man. House of Torture is right, somebody said. Yo, shout out to E in the chat. Guy will gamble. I see you, bro. Thank you for coming in, popping in there. World Championship. Normally, this would be the main event of the show. It was another double title match. It was the IWGP World Heavyweight title and the IWGP Global title, both on the line. Yota Tsuji going up against Konosuke Takeshita from AEW. I kind of told you before, Malik, they viewed Takeshita as the outsider. Some people are wondering, is Tsuji the guy? Was it Shota Umino like we had mentioned before? Is it Ren Narita? Those are like the new three musketeers. So they always have three guys that they kind of build everything around. For example, it was at one point Shinsuke Nakamura, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and oh my goodness, what's my dog's name, man, from the Ops? Shibata. Yeah, it was those three. That's why you see them in pictures together sometimes during the Inoki days. Like, he had picked those three. Okada ended up rising from the ashes with them, but that's what happens. That's how you end up making a great company.
Right.
Malik, what did you think of Tsuji and Takeshita?
This was a good match. Really good match. You know, I already told you how I feel about Takeshita. I think he's one of the best in the world for sure right now. And then Tsuji, you know, he's probably the guy that they're looking at that they really want to invest to as their top star, since Okada's now not there anymore and all that stuff. And like you said, Takeshita, they can't really rely on because he's in AEW. So it's like, you know, even though he's still super young, it's like they can't really depend on him to be their top guy when he's going to be in and out. You know what I mean? Like, he'll make shows and appearances here and there, but he's not going to be somebody that's going to be there 24/7, you know? So Tsuji, I think, was the right call. And hopefully he could become the next star that they obviously want and need, you know, because wrestling's like a revolving machine. You know what I mean? It's like you're always going to have stars that replace stars. You know, you had Rock, Austin, Cena, then Roman, now Cody and stuff like that. Now with New Japan, you know, you had Tanahashi, and then you had Okada, and then you had Kenny Omega and all these people now, but now they're not there anymore. So you got to figure out ways to evolve and continue the machine to keep going. So I think it'll play out for them well. I told you, I think next year, Wrestle Kingdom, they need to collaborate with AEW, and they need to make a Wrestle Kingdom show with some of the stars from AEW.
It sounds like it from the G1 Climax, though. You saw where it's going to be, Chicago. I don't know how
Right.
Chicago gets all these shows. Chicago's the new #1 wrestling city, in my opinion. Like, it's over.
Yeah.
Chicago's getting the G1 climax for some of those tournament matches. If you're going to sell that out, I'm assuming you got to have some AEW folks on that card, right?
I think next year they should do Wrestle Kingdom with AEW. And I'm not just saying just people who've been in Japan from AEW. Like, those some people, like, throw an MJF in there. You know what I mean? Like, those are people who haven't been down there before. Like, make it a mix where it's like you get AEW stars, but you also get the New Japan stars. I feel like it's a good mix to get that star power back up, because you mentioned before how they sold that 50,000 tickets, but Tanahashi's a Japanese legend, right? So it's like, okay, this to them is their John Cena, so they have to go see this guy one last time and show their appreciation. But next year, he's not there no more. You know what I mean? So it's like you got to figure out ways to sell those tickets. So I feel like you collaborate with the New Japan. Okada will always sell too, though. If he's on the card, he's somebody that will always, I think people will always buy and go see. He's somebody that they're familiar with and they know his resume. But you throw in some other people in there too. Like, you throw, like I said, you throw in an MJF, you throw in a Swerve, you know, so you throw in a Hangman. Maybe Will Ospreay can be back by then too. Like, I think
maybe even an AEW title match. Just have it on the card. Just
something cool like that. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah, maybe give them 2
Young
matches.
Bucks, they still got Young Bucks over there too. You know, they're for me. Like, you know, they got people.
I would even say add CMLL guys into like the junior heavyweight title match. You know, you Mascara Dorada, you got people. I would love to see them collab with that, and I agree.
Somebody like Edge, you know, Edge and Christian, you know, guys who I don't know if they've ever wrestled in the Tokyo Dome before. You know what I mean? So, like, even though they're old, but like, these are people that if you're really a wrestling fan, hardcore, you know who those people are. You know what I mean? Like, you know who Edge is. You know what I mean? Like, so those could be beneficial.
Yeah, I mean, you got to also figure out how to get your guys on the card too, because that's going to be key. Tsuji ends up beating Takeshita. I will recommend, make sure you check out that Blue Thunder Bomb off the top rope. Top 3 Blue Thunder Bomb spots of all time.
That was so crazy.
Konosuke Takeshita is that boy, bro. That boy. And Tsuji, you would think, so he did like a stomp, and the midsection was the effect of the match. And his finisher is the Gene Blast, which is a spear. You would think, oh, he's going to win with that. He hit the spear, but he ends up winning with the Boston Crab. Like, he beat him with the old school, just like, yo, Boston Crab, I got you. You're done. And they were like, his rib's out of place. I don't know if he's going to hang on. And Konosuke taps out. I thought it was a well-done match. He put him over. I could see this being a rematch in the future. I could even see Okada, who's in the main event. I could see Okada and Tsuji main eventing next year, like you said, Malik. It could definitely happen. And then we're here. Main event time. Hiroshi Tanahashi, Kazuchika Okada, man. I don't know if y'all know what these two mean, man, but it means a lot, bro. Like, if you go back and just know ball, if you know history about where this all came from, dog, the feelings will just feel when they came out. Like, no matter what. I know Okada came out to his new AEW theme. He had to be the heel in this one. Probably felt weird to people. Tanahashi did his stuff, man. He came out there, and it was I thought it was a really good match for what Tanahashi is able to do.
It was a good match for him to go out on. Obviously, his body has given out on him for the last couple years, man. Like, he doesn't move the same anymore. I saw a stat today from, shout out to Chris Van Fleet, that he put out on his, I think it was his Facebook or his Twitter, about how many matches this guy's had throughout his whole career. He was one match away from 3,000. He retired with 2,999 matches. So he almost had 3,000 matches throughout his career, mainly just all in Japan too, where it's strong style. So it's like, this guy has put his body through the amount of wars he's been in, stuff like that, man. Like, I feel with the shape that he was in and the physical condition that he was in, this was a good match for him to go out on. And no better opponent for him to have than Okada too. Like, Okada was a great opponent for him to have. And, you know, that ceremony afterwards too, bro, like, they gave him like a 40-minute like send off. Like, bro, what he got is what the WWE fans wanted John Cena to have.
And I forgot to mention it too. So Tanahashi, probably the top 2 people, if you were going to say like who should he wrestle, it was either Shinsuke Nakamura or you were going to say have him go up against Okada. Right. We know what the relationship status is. That's fine. In Konosuke Takeshita's match, now he's close with Nakamura. People, if you watch like Instagram and stuff, they take a lot of pictures together. Did you notice what he was wearing around his arm? It was the Nakamura band. So Nakamura must have gave him that to say like, take this with you so that it's there. I thought that was did you notice that on his arm? That was the Nakamura.
I didn't. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good call right there. Possibly. I mean, that possibly could be the thing too. Like, you know, where gave him like tribute to Shinsuke and stuff like that. So it was a cool thing to see, man. It was cool to see all the people come out afterwards too, like Kenny and Ospreay and Jay White, like for them just to fly to Japan and just to be a part of that ceremony.
Even Okada in the match, I just want to go to the ending real quick. He wins with the Rainmaker, obviously, because that was what always happened for most of the matches, I would feel. But when they were out there, bro, Okada did his old. He usually does the middle finger now, but he did the thing where he put his arms, and you can see like he was starting to cry. Like they felt bad. Like Tanahashi gave some of these people probably their big breaks, like in wrestling. Like I'll wrestle you. You could beat me. It's fine. Let's do that. And he went to put his arms out. You could just see him tear up. Tanahashi's crying. He cries like Ric Flair, man. He was just out there, like everything was tears. The tears were flowing. He was crying, getting his flowers. Then Naito came out and he was like, "Hey, yo, dog, you coming to the ring or what?" Naito made him wait. Then even after when he's leaving, he does a little LIJ thing. Then he spit on him after. I was like, "Yo, get Naito out of here, bro. Never change, Naito. Never change, bro." What's good, MJB? But yeah, man, it was a long speech, but you know what? I loved it. And I even like how at the end he got like pushed around on like a cart throughout the arena just to wave to people, bro. Like that
was crazy.
Dude, I think that's what people wanted from like the Cena one more. Like I was like, it's not on TV. Let this guy talk. Like, let's just hear it one last time. Like, let's live it up one last time. And I wish they would have maybe gave him more of that. Like, I feel like they both deserved it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they didn't do that. So Naito trolling, yeah, he was big time.
Well, that was crazy because he had people come out one by one individually with their entrances, take photos in the ring with him.
Yo, Kota Ibushi hobble. He has a broken femur. What is wrong with this man?
Hobble to the ring. Everybody's taking pictures of him individually, and then they have Naito came out, which took about like 5 to 10 minutes, and then they did like a 10-bell salute.
Fujinami got in the ring, bro. Fujinami is like, yo, Fujinami was old in 91, bro.
Then he cut a promo, and then he did the air guitar thing for the people, and then he walks up the ramp. You think it's over, and then he gets on the thing, and he goes around the whole Tokyo Dome, waving at people. Then he gets back up there and cuts another promo at the end, and then gets pyro afterwards. Like, bro, they gave him this crazy send-off, man. Like,
yo, left him, and then he left with the smoke. Like, I love that he walked through the smoke and you weren't going to see him again.
Yeah.
I was just like, yo, well done. Very well done. New Japan's production, it may not be the most glorious thing, but I really, really like it. And when it's done right, it's done right, in my opinion. I have fun, man. What would you say, Malik, what would you grade that show, man?
I give it about a 6. It was okay.
You said 6 out of 10?
Yeah, I got about a 6 out of 10 for me.
I would go like 7.5 just for the theatrics and how they did everything. And I thought the matches that needed to did deliver, if that makes any sense. I mean, some of them were just squeezing people to get them on the card. A Rambo's a Rambo. I saw somebody put Derek would have hated that match because he's a known trios match hater on AEW TV. And I'm like, yeah, he wouldn't have liked that either. But the Rambos are what they always are. Whatever. But I would recommend people go back and check out the main event with Tanahashi Okada, Tsuji Takeshita, Aaron Wolf and Evil, and the women's match for sure. Yeah, really good stuff in there.
So who's before we head into the next topic, who's the New Japan Mount Rushmore?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, bro. This is tough, bro. I ain't ready for this. Because here's the problem.
Yours might be different than mine.
Huh?
Yours probably gonna be different than mine, so
I don't know, man. That's gonna be super tough, bro. Because you got to think I'm super old school too. So I want to put like Liger on there, but Liger's a junior heavyweight. So does that count, or is that different than the heavyweight people? I'll tell you this: Okada and Tanahashi got to be on there, in my opinion. Those two definitely. Give me those two, and then I'll say Muda and Liger for me, just so that I have an answer on here. But
okay, I would say Okada and Tanahashi would be on mine, and then I would say Kenny Omega would be on mine, even though he's not Japanese. I think he played a major part into getting New Japan exposure during that middle 2010s with Bullet Club and stuff. I feel like he was the best wrestler they had on the roster, and he was somebody that wasn't in WWE, but probably was the biggest star not signed to WWE at that time that people were invested into, and helped bring, like, if you got Chris Jericho to go over there, bro, like, he was doing something. he was doing something special. And then I'd probably say like Antonio Inoki, the guy, like the founder, of a lot of things that helped New Japan, kind of catapult and get started. So Great Muta would also be an honorable mention too.
Yeah, Muta was there, by the way, too, even for that. Like, Muta is, Muta will find a way to get on TV, bro. That's all I can tell people. I'm like, where did he come from? Yeah. I was like, he's here too. Yeah, so they definitely had that. And I'm going to just share the screen here for the results real quick of New Year Dash. This tag team match, straight fire, bro. It was the main event of the show. A lot of multi-person matches here. Like, you had Takeshita, Rocky Romero defeating El Phantasmo and Shoma Kato. You had Goto, Yoshihashi, and Boatlick Olin defeating House of Torture. Right call. United Empire. Andrade was back looking like $1 million. Gabe Kidd, Hiromu Takahashi, and Clark Connors. Andrade and Gabe Kidd brawl after the match. A Kidd challenges Andrade to a match. So new beginning, February 11th in Osaka. Winner's going to get a shot at the world title. Someone said it was the global. Some people are saying it's the world. Whoever wins is facing Tsuji, though. You had Aaron Wolf, Yano, and Yo and Master Wato defeat House of Torture. Again, House of Torture were taking L's throughout this. Ren Narita laid out Wolf with the wood block. Tsuji revealed that he brought back the version 4 of the title. Malik, now I know you're an old school fan, bro. Were you happy to see the classic IWGP V4 title back?
Yes, bro. I did not like that new version of the title, man. I was not feeling it.
They were trying to put that bad boy over like it was something. They were like, "Come on, look at it."
I think you think they put the title on Andrade though?
No, I can't see him doing that. Not yet. Really? No, I think he'd be a great challenger, but I don't think they would do that.
Fair.
He was over there as La Sombra, former Intercontinental Champion. We had another match though. United Empire afterwards. So United Empire defeated Yota Tsuji, David Finlay, Shingo, Takagi, Drilla Maloney. After Jake Lee taunted Tsuji, who I think is going to be his first challenger, because he beat up Tsuji after he won the title too, after his big speech and everything. They slap each other, and Callum Newman issues a challenge to Finlay. And I was like, weird. Remember what I told you? I said, this dude could probably take over Bullet Club. Some people are saying Bullet Club is going to cease to exist. Let's wait and see what happens with it. But then Will Ospreay makes a surprise appearance, and he comes out and he says he's going to handle business in AEW, then return to New Japan to support Callum Newman. Newman hugs Ospreay, and they're all in the ring, and they do the United Empire pose. They put their hands up, and then Newman grabs the chair while Ospreay's turned around, and he folds it up, and they grab him before he could do anything. Like, yo, what's your problem? What are you doing? And they stopped it from happening. Malik, I'm telling you, bro, that's gonna be a match. It's gonna be Will Ospreay versus that Callum Newman. Will go put over all his old boys, man. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely gonna be on there, man. I love that people are putting in Shinsuke as one of mine. Absolutely, fam. Absolutely, man. And like I said, I would recommend after all this, yes, Francisco Akira attacks Ishimori. Hiromu Takahashi makes the save. Says he'll team with Ishimori against Akira and whomever. And then we had the Knockout Bros defeating TMDK. So the Knockout Bros ended up getting the win here, man. And then Shota Umino and Yuya and Taichi and Tomohiro Ishii confront the Knockout Bros, saying they want a title shot after. Knockout Bros should just be the tag champs for a minute. They were the first team to defend their belts 2 times in a couple of years. So good for them. Matt, you said it. I think so too. Ospreay Newman at Wrestle Kingdom 21. Could happen.
Could be.
I really enjoyed this. Oh, and real quick, commentator, Chris, whatever his name is, he had mentioned him before. I definitely thought he was going to get in trouble. So he got in trouble with supposedly something he had said about AEW. He got suspended for a little bit. It wasn't my dog out there with him. He's out there and he was talking. He was like, "Don't give up, Tanahashi. Don't give up. You never give up." And then he ran into the ring. He was like, "Thank you for never giving up." And you could tell it was about Cena a little bit. I was like, "What are you doing, bro?" I was like, he's pushing those buttons. He was pushing them for sure. So, like I said, well done. I enjoyed this whole weekend. New Japan. I'm looking forward to it, man. Like I said, I try to still keep up with all the shows. I hope people do as well. With that being said, Malik, let's run down this other stuff that we got going on here for wrestling tonight? Because I know you got a stream in less than an hour. You're doing a Raw, right?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Okay. Where are you doing it at? Let the people know.
Just YouTube and Twitch. Narcolepsy Boy 94. Doing a little Raw watch along tonight to see what pops off, man. So hopefully the show will be, be watchable. You never know.
Last week, man, Usos won the tag titles. Your quick thoughts, sir? Beat Dragon Styles or whatever you want to call them.
That's a good move because I think AJ, needs to be by himself in the singles division. Could be a favorite to win the Royal Rumble for people, depending on who you ask. But the Usos getting the tag titles back, I feel like it's a nice little move, man. I think Jey Uso performs best when he's with Jimmy. I think that's shown. His best matches are when he's with Jimmy. So
listen, make it happen. WrestleMania. You want to do a crazy match? 4 corners match. You Usos, New Day, Hardy Boys. You call up the favorite from TNA. Hardys, let's do this one last time. And then you put the Lucha Bros on the other side. Don't say I didn't help you all, WWE. I'm just letting you know. Do it. Just do the match, bro.
See, I don't think I'd put the Hardys in there, man. I would rather have like the Motor City Machine Guns or something in there. That's what I would prefer.
I'm just saying you could protect the Hardys. If you wanted to give
Hardys,
them
I get why the Hardys would be in there, star power and stuff. So
do you think the Hardys get one last match in WWE, or you think it's over?
Yeah, they'll definitely get one last match in WWE for sure. I don't know when they
maybe not a Mania moment then, right? You're just like, might just be.
No, I mean they could, but I feel like you put like Motor City in there, and the match would be. I think you could do a lot more in that match. It'd be a lot better.
Then we move on to SmackDown. SmackDown was in Buffalo right here. I did not go. I will not go. They had 3-for-1 tickets, and I still didn't go. It was too late by the time I heard about that, but I was like, I'm not going, bro. We find out Tommaso Ciampa might be gone from WWE. Like, he doesn't want to renegotiate. I don't know if he was on borrowed time with situation with his neck. I mean, we've known about that since the NXT days. He's basically been on borrowed time. Johnny Gargano was kind of by himself with Candice. Big blow, Malik. How you feeling about Tommaso Ciampa leaving the company? I mean, I think he's one of those missed opportunities that we always talk about. Like, you know me, I'm a big Nakamura fan. I'm like, man, I wish they would have used Nakamura better. And you're like, bro, it's too late now, though. And I'm like, you're probably right. And I feel like the same about Ciampa. Like, they had him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Thank you,
I don't know the situation. So I'm not going to speak too much on it because I don't know the full situation. So I don't know if he is deciding to leave and go to AEW or he's going somewhere else, or maybe it's just a contract thing where he wants more money. I don't know what it is, but wherever he goes, hopefully, he'll be used to, because I don't know how many years he has left with a neck injury. He's had quite a few injuries actually over the last few years. I think he had a knee injury and he had the neck problem for a little bit too. So he's had quite a few injuries over his, last, maybe like 6-7 years. So hopefully he'll be able to, come back and, wherever he goes and still perform at least for a little longer. Because he could have been a missed opportunity potentially because he was he was the biggest heel in WWE at one point. So
I just, they brought all 4 of them up. Then they didn't know what to do. Then they sent them back to NXT. That's when, like you said, like NXT started getting crowded. I'm like, listen, people can't stay here forever either now. Right. But Triple H was trying to protect. Someone said SmackDown wasn't. I like SmackDown, but here's my thing with the 3 hours. Me and Malik don't beef about this maybe, but listen, 3 hours, okay. I want to see how this is going to be after Mania. Like, okay, let's see if the 3 hours is worth it after that. So keep it up, but I'm just saying, I enjoyed it. I'm not saying it was a bad show. I thought it was a good show, but 3 hours, man, I don't know if I could do it, man.
Right.
They built up Cody and Drew. Quick thoughts on this. Were you impressed by this? Did you like this?
It was good. It was a good segment. I think they're trying to gravitate the fans back into it and make it as personal as they can, because it's probably going to be the last match they have, and Drew's definitely not winning. So I think they're trying to add a little juice to the feud to make it more personal, to kind of get the fans locked in back into it a little bit one last time. So
yeah,
I think this should have been the match where Cody, this should have been the match where Cody wins the title back. I think he should have lost it at WrestlePalooza And then this could have been the match where he wins it back because obviously Cody's going to be champ going into Mania and everything. So this could have been the match where he wins the title back, defeating Drew to overcome the odds again and, finally submitting, I guess putting the sword, in the sand or whatever you want to call it. Because it's like, I don't like the position Drew's in where he's continuously for years and years since 2021. Might I add, we're in 2026 now. So since 2021, he's been the guy that they've used to put in big prominent spots to help put other champions over to try to help make them better. And it's like, all right,
what was that? Cool since Lashley, right? Since he lost the belt to Lashley, like he's just been there. He gets in the spot and then lose.
Yep.
Yeah. They're having a 3 Stages of Hell match next week in Germany. So make sure you guys check that out.
That'll be really good. That should be a really good match.
It should be. Once again, I talk about Johnny Gargano. Carmelo Hayes definitely living it up. I did like his little response back to him where Johnny was like, "Oh, I'll be back again." And then he was like, "Next time, leave your wife in the back. But if she wants to come, I'll make a phone call." That was basically like, I'll call Kalani Jordan and then we could really do this thing. But I like it.
Nice little good mixed tag match right there. Yeah.
My point with Carmelo Hayes is this goes back to, if you want this guy to get the push, support the man while he's getting the push. So support him, man. Like I'm singing his praises. Good for him. I want to see more Carmelo Hayes on SmackDown, man.
I'm with it, man. I'm with it.
Julia wins back the United States Women's Championship, bro. Like I get it. What are we doing, bro? Like I'm lost here. Like, is anything gonna change?
Maybe they realized they messed up with it the first time, so they're trying to redo it again. I don't know, man, but hopefully this time they need to let her wrestle more, and they need to present her more as a champion that feels important to the show. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't got nothing against Kiana James, but it's like she doesn't really need to be involved with Julia, though. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Hopefully this time they'll be able to execute right.
And if you're gonna have Kiana James be a manager, give her a stable. Like, have her be like, something Enterprises, KJ Enterprises. This is my stable. And I have Julia. I have, I'm trying to think of a tag team, like give her some people who need to be uplifted and then put them together.
Right.
I don't know. I wish the best for Julia. I find it crazy that her positioning is just crazy on this show. And
I agree.
When you look at it, like, let's look at everyone who they also had called up. Jordan Grace made an appearance on the show looking like she might be challenging Jade Cargill. We also had, that was the main event. Forgive me. We also had Trick Williams and Sammy battling over the beards. Like, we had call-ups. We had, they're making a lot of moves here, but I'm like, okay, we got Obafemi video packages. We had the return of Matt Cardona. He's back. He beat Kit Wilson. Kit Wilson's theme's a banger, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to that Kit Wilson theme, man.
yeah, low key, that joke was kind of hard. But he's Matt Cardona. Like, cool, great.
What happened to the other guy, man? Is he not wrestling anymore?
No, he got injured.
But that's not putting him with Kit Wilson.
Bro, the shoulder taker is out here and he is grabbing everybody from AEW, WWE. They're like, yup, shoulder.
I know he got injured, but it's like, I'm guessing that they're not, Pretty Deadly's no longer a thing. Like,
not currently. I think they're just trying to get this guy on TV. I also thought that Matt Cardona having a 50-50 match with him was not the move here for him, at least. Like, I'd been like, listen, bro, we're going to go out there. We go 7 minutes. Let's go. I'm going to let you get a little, but that's about it. But it's what it is, man. It's what it is. They tried. They did their thing. I didn't even mention Randy Orton came back. Nice Sabres shirt. Cool for him. Yep. And we had the ambulance match, which Damian Priest ended up winning.
Yep, this feud needs to be over with now. Better not see another match out of this, because I thought the last man standing match was the end of their feud. So
I don't want to see that match ever again. Ever.
They need to go ahead and wrap this up, man. So
yeah. McKinney said that WWE's leaning in on these intergender tag matches. AEW has been too lately. It's kind of weird. Like, okay, all these couples, those AAA belts are looking real interesting. Playing hot potato with the titles could be. Malik, man, let's. I guess let's talk Raw real quick before you get ready to get into it, man. CM Punk, Braun Breaker, Stranger Things is part of it. I don't know. I think you said you weren't watching this really, right? The show.
Yeah, I've never
Big
seen
deal though. Big deal for Raw to be a part of it. Like right after they just had their season finale. Here's all the matches we got tonight. Judgment Day is going to be on. Liv Morgan versus Lyra Valkyria. AJ Styles will be there. Gunther will be there. The Usos will appear. You got a women's tag team title match here. I can see a title change possibly.
I think we're gonna have a few title changes. I'm not gonna let you.
I definitely think Becky's winning. If that's the one, if you told me like which one will you put money on, I think Becky's winning back her women's IC title.
You think so? See, I think the opposite. I think Maxine's keeping it.
Really?
I think Maxine is keeping the title. I think AJ comes back and she'll cost Becky the match again because that's definitely going to be the Mania match for sure. I don't think they're going to involve the Midcard title in that match. I think Rhea and Io are going to win the tag titles. I could see them stretching out that tag team until Mania. I'm not going to lie. I thought they would probably do Rhea versus Stephanie at Mania, but this tag team division right now is looking pretty tough, man. So I think they probably keep that together for a little bit. And then the main event, I'm actually going to go bold. I think they're going to give it to Braun Breaker. I think Braun Breaker wins the world title.
If I had the pen Malik, I'm doing it. I'm like, yo, and listen, you know,
I think there's another masked man though too.
So you think the other masked man comes out and costs them maybe?
Yeah, I think there's another masked man and somebody comes out and helps Braun Breaker win the championship. It's not Jericho. So.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Masked man, not Jericho. I think Jericho does come back tonight.
You think he shows up tonight? I think he shows up tonight.
I think he opens the show. I think he'll
really.
Yeah, I think he'll open the show like in a because the world title is going to main event, obviously. So I think in a shocking way, it's like welcome to Raw, and they'll do some type of they'll do something, and he'll open the show. But
he went to a company where someone who he said was a cancer to another company. Oh, that's weird. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just all I'm saying, Malik, is sometimes you got to watch your words because they may come back to haunt you. Hey, brother, I can't wait to see them shaking hands. I can't wait to work a program with you. Yeah. Hey, Hunter, how you doing?
I don't think Jericho in the Vision is like he's not part of the Vision. You know what I mean? Like he's not the future.
I think Jericho ends up working LA Knight though at Mania.
Possibly, depending on LA Knight situation. I think that could be the match for sure. I think they have options with Jericho. I think depending on how long he wants to wrestle and what he does, I'm not exactly sure how long he's going to stick around and when he wants to hang it up. But I could see him doing something with LA Knight.
For sure. Guys, that is your Raw preview. Before we, I know we're not getting out of here just yet. I think Malik had something he wanted to do, but make sure you check out Sean's Threadless store, man. He's got some pretty cool merch up there. Link is in the description below for you guys. And also, we got some pretty cool shirts. I'm wearing one of them right now. Make sure you guys check it out. Get yourself some merch on TeePublic. Let me see if I can put that in there, man. Yo, somebody just said poor LA Knight in the chat. Chill, Jesse, chill. Check out my guy at the Pro Wrestling Shoot, man. EPW comic book ones. We got a golden one. We even got one that's, the shirt might hurt people, we'll just say. And, make sure you guys check that out. We even got some with some rapper logo designs on there. Trying to get a few more to pop up, and then we'll get those out there as well, man. But definitely some really cool merch designs for you guys. So
yeah, make sure you guys go support, man. Check out the merch.
Always, man. That's key, man. Hold on here. Jesse said Jericho is cooked, bro. I'd be happy to see him in the E again, but let's be real. It's been a hot minute since I've seen a good Jericho match.
Isn't that wrong? I think his last true good performance to me was probably against Will Ospreay.
Yeah, he said we shirt people. Yeah, we do. Put them on. We got a bonfire store too, and there's some different variants of it over there as well, man. MJB just sent in a $5 super chat. I want Rusev versus Gunther or Kozlov versus Gunther if he ever returns. Box office matches. I'm watching to see 2K26 news. I don't know if we're gonna get 2K26 news. I'm not willing to bet on that. I think
Kozlov, man. What a name.
What a throwback.
Vladimir Kozlov, bro.
Yeah, I don't think you think we see 2K26 news. I think we might get a teaser tonight, but nothing more than that.
I might get a little teaser, maybe a little teaser. Who you think's on the cover? Maybe Jericho.
I'm gonna go with Punk.
Punk.
Jericho's gonna be DLC for sure. He's gonna sell the pack.
Yeah, Punk could be a good cover. I could see it being Punk. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Let me see here, Malik. What do you think, man? Did you want to pull up your stuff, or do you want to end that?
It's just a little game we can do real quick. So this is your personal preference. We did this yesterday on the podcast. So I'm just going to name. This is currently right now we're talking. So I'm going to name a women's superstar, and then you're going to just tell me what superstars you think is better than this individual. So we're factoring in, stories, promos, matches, like everything. Factoring in the entire shebang, right? So the superstar is Liv Morgan. So I'm going to name people after Liv Morgan. And you're just going to tell me personally whether you think that Liv Morgan is better than that superstar or not better than that superstar. Once again, factoring in everything. So Rhea Ripley, is she better than Liv Morgan? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Nikki Bella.
No, absolutely not.
Everybody said that yesterday on the pod too, like confidently, like no.
Yeah, no way.
Alexa Bliss.
I'm gonna give it to Bliss for time because she's just been around longer, but that one's pretty close.
Okay. Jay Cargill.
Ooh, this was tough. Because I like Jade. Jade's got the look. I don't know about in totality. I am going to give the nod to Jade, just based on what I think she could be. And I'm factoring in potential into there more so. Liv is what we know what Liv is at this point.
Interesting. Okay. Bianca Belair.
No way. Bianca Belair clears, bro. There's no way. Don't even play.
Becky Lynch.
No way. No way. Becky Lynch
clears too, or
yeah. Way.
Okay,
no offense to Liv.
Charlotte Flair.
No, Charlotte Flair. Come on.
Okay. Bayley
all day.
Io Sky. Okay.
One of the best women's wrestlers, bro. She's probably the best women's wrestler for WWE in last year.
Facts. Last one, Stephanie Vakir.
Once again, I'm putting that potential into there. Give me Stephanie Vakir. I just see great things. I can see her main eventing Mania.
Fair. Not crazy to say. And then we'll do one for the men. Head out for the men. So same concept, but a name of guy. The wrestler. I wish Sean was here. The wrestler is Jey Uso. So we're factoring in.
Why are you doing this to me?
Factor in stories, promos, everything. And these are just them as a singles competitor, not like tag teams, everything. Just Jey Uso individually himself. As himself. Okay. So let's start off with LA Knight. Is he better than Jey Uso? Yes or no?
This is tough. They're at the same level. I'm gonna go LA Knight just because I've seen more LA Knight as a singles than Jay in totality of their career.
Okay. Logan Paul.
Someone said don't let Hubs down. Logan Paul. Oh my goodness, this is so tough because I really don't like Logan Paul. Like I don't want to give him credit for nothing.
A lot of people don't. So
yeah. In ring, you got to give it to Logan, but I don't know, man. That's tough. I'm gonna go with Jey Uso just out of personal bias. I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna go with Jey Uso on that one. I'll give it to him for years of experience.
Braun Breaker.
I'm going with Braun, bro. I told Sean this dude's gonna main event WrestleMania when he was in NXT, bro.
The Miz.
Is Jey Uso better than the Miz? Modern day Miz, yes. Like
we're talking about this as a talent, just talent for talent.
He was more over than the Miz. How hated was Miz as when you were a kid, like WrestleMania 27 time period?
Yeah, Miz is pretty hated, bro.
Yeah, he was up there. That's tough, man. Jey Uso's gonna generate you more money, though. I don't know. That's the tough.
When you factor in talent for talent, like I said, promos, matches, storytelling, like all that stuff. So you factor what Miz can do versus what Jey Uso can do. That's how you got to factor who's better between the two.
Yeah, it's tough, man. They're both in ring is okay. It's solid, but man, see, this is one of those ones where, like, if you ask me the question, like, who should main event a WrestleMania, I could pick someone easier than, like, what would you do in this situation? I'm gonna go. I'll say Jey Uso for now over Miz.
Okay. What about Sheamus?
Oh, I like Sheamus, man. Sheamus hits hard, man. But I don't know if he ever got to that. Well, he did. He was good at one point. I'll take Sheamus. I'll give Sheamus the nod in that situation.
Okay. Carmelo Hayes.
Jay's the bigger deal in the company now, so I'll give it to Jay for now. But I see more potential in Carmelo Hayes, though.
Trick Williams.
Same as Carmelo. Same thing. Too young in the game to say, but I think that they'll end up being better in the long run if you actually push them.
Dominic Mysterio.
I gotta go Dirty Dom. There's money. I told you a long time ago. There's money in that kid. I said it when nobody believed in him. When he was getting power bombed by Roman to the floor, I was like, "No, that kid's money, bro. Kid is money."
Jey Uso's family member, his brother. What about Solo Sikoa?
I'll give it to Jay over Solo.
Okay. Last one. What about Gunther?
Nah, Ring General's my dog, bro. Pro wrestling lives with Gunther.
Fair. That's fair. Good one. Interesting takes there. All right. That's cool.
Yeah, see, some people said Miz all day. Miz and Jay was tough, man. That was the toughest one to me that you asked me because I'm like, ooh, I don't know. I could go either way on that. Both good tag team wrestlers, both okay singles. Miz was probably better in the. And I don't know. I could flip flop on that one. I would flip flop on that one all day. Yeah, I like ECW Fedora Miz. Yo, crazy. Mans was flopping on Logan Paul. Yeah, I just don't like Logan Paul. I feel so betrayed. God, everyone's mad at something. Listen, I couldn't. How was Miz tough? Second greatest IC champ of all time. Now give me Jay or Stat. Yo, y'all are crazy. Crazy.
You want to do one more sign off here?
Come on, one more, then we'll get off. One more.
All right, so I'll name a wrestler once again, and we're just factoring in. This one's going to be different. Now we're talking the totality of a career. So as far as who are you ranking higher above the superstar? Like, who are you putting above the superstar all time? You're factoring in everything, right? So when you're talking WWE all times list, would you put this superstar above that superstar's career? All right. So we're going to do Triple H because I know how you feel about Triple H. So
yeah. Go ahead.
Let's see how nasty we get here. All right, I'm going to name some superstars. Some of these might be easier than others. Would you rank Hulk Hogan above Triple H, yes or no?
Yes.
Bret Hart?
Yes.
Randy Orton?
They're about as close to, I think they're in the same range. I'll say no.
Batista?
I will say no.
Shawn Michaels?
Yes.
Undertaker?
Easily. Yes.
John Cena?
Yes.
The Rock?
Yes.
Steve Austin?
Yes.
Brock Lesnar?
No.
CM Punk?
No. And I'm a CM Punk fan. That's crazy.
AJ Styles?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Rewind back to CM Punk for a second here. Hold on. Let me think about this deeper.
We're talking in WWE, though. Just in WWE.
All right. Yeah. All right. You got me there. All right. You're good. Keep it going. Who was next after Punk?
AJ Styles?
No. I don't have him over Triple H.
Seth Rollins?
No.
Roman Reigns?
I gotta give it to the big dog. He did. He was in the top spot.
So you saying Roman? You putting Roman over Triple H all the time?
Yeah.
Okay. Cody Rhodes?
Cody's been on top for what, 2-3 years? He's not there yet, but I think he can get there. I'll say no for now, but I think he could get past him.
So no right now, but eventually, potentially.
He could, I said. Depends on what he does in the future still.
All right, last one I thought there. What about Macho Man, Randy Savage?
I'll say no to that. Like, nah, Macho's over Triple H.
So Macho's over Triple H, Triple H over Macho Man.
Macho's over Triple H.
Interesting. Okay.
One of the most imitated superstars of all time. What do you mean? Ooh, yeah.
The
Macho Man.
Yeah. Iconic for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Iconic.
Let me see here. Oof.
Better career though? No, man.
B+ players with help from above. Sounded like Daniel Bryan. I am the gamer. Someone said, BJ, about to time you out for the Miz comments. Funny stuff, man. Funny stuff. Malik, man, thank you for putting that game in here, man. Lots of fun for us, man. Make sure that you guys go over and check Malik out. If you guys haven't, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check out some of these cool videos afterwards. I'm sorry if I let any of y'all down with my picks. But we were just having fun over here, just trying to put together some fun stuff. I thank you, Malik. Make sure you guys go over to Narcolepsy Boy 94's channel. He'll be live streaming Raw, and we're gonna find out, I guess, if Y2J makes his comeback, and we're gonna see what this Stranger Things Raw is all about. For me, my dog Malik, thank you once again for filling in for Sean. We are out, and we will catch you guys all on the next one.
You gotta stay safe.
Stay safe, and as Sean always says, evil never prevails. Hopefully I did it right for you, buddy. We're out. Peace.